Good evening, everyone. This is Michelle Blair, as always. And wow, has it not been another week? And we're near the end of February of this year. Soon it's gonna be March, and the next holiday for that will be Easter. Easter in March. I can't remember the last time it was Easter in March. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This time of my Gameshow stream is about the movie Battlefield Earth. Battlefield Earth is also based on a book series of a book, a science fiction book that's which I haven't read, but I've seen this movie Battlefield Earth for a couple of times, and well, I want to say it's one of my favorite movies. It's more like oh, well, actually, it's not one of my favorite movies at all. Even despite I've seen it a couple of times, but I like what maybe a handful of times at most. It's well, a little bit interesting kind of concept which is not new, where Earth is conquered by an alien race and humanity is slaves. Now, not the first type of concept of being humanity being enslaved by an alien race. No, this it's a very interesting movie. It's I can mention one actor in this movie. John Travolta is acting in the movie. He is actually acting as a bad guy. That's it. So yeah, I really don't know much about if any of my friends has ever seen the movie Battlefield Earth. I've seen it a handful of times. Not as one of my favorites. It's just seen it a handful of times, but still not really much. Not one of my favorites. But I don't mind to watching some sci-fi movies from time to time. But uh, if I had to say, this is not one of my favorite movies at all. I just, but the idea, the concept of the idea itself, where Earth is conquered by an alien race, which it itself is not new. I mean, there are probably a handful other movies out there which had the same concept of that humanity is facing off an alien invasion or something. I mean, it's not like a brand new concept of that, but I don't even know. Itself is well, at least this movie, the Battlefield Earth, is well, how to say it is a very unique in some perspective. I mean, as many Americans know John Travolta. He's one of the good actors. In fact, he even played a role in the Grease musical movie, that was for back in the 80s, I think, or 70s. I don't even remember. But John Travolta plays have an acting role in this movie, the Battlefield Earth. Battlefield Earth. He is actually playing one of the bad guys, main bad guy. I was quite surprised that he was playing the bad guy in a movie. For the most part, he is either playing as a good guy or maybe a neutral, but as an actual bad guy, well, it's not unlike that any characters or actors that would have usually played a good guy would take an opportunity to play as a bad guy. I know for a fact that some actors who had been playing a good guy for years would eventually could have been given opportunity to play as a bad guy. I mean, think about, like, say, Mark Hamill. He played Luke Skywalker in Star Wars and some other roles. I can say one thing. He did actually play the role as a villain in a TV series called Criminal Minds. I actually saw the series, but never entirely for the follow it. But so that gives an example. People that actors have been playing as a good guy for many years in different franchise could eventually turn out to be playing as the bad guy, even if it's only a small role or a major role, or even as a background character. That's just the problem. I think actors can always take the opportunity to take that. I mean, for example, if say if Mark Hamill always had been an opportunity to play as the good guy, and when he's been given an opportunity to play as a bad guy, well, I don't think he wouldn't decline the offer. I mean, of course, that also would depend on what type of show, movie that he will play the role as. I mean, like the movie Lightyear, that Buzz Lightyear, they came out 2 years ago, I think. It turned out that Emperor Surge in that movie was an ultimate version of Buzz himself as an older version. Like Buzz, in otherwise in the mainly in the movie, was could have probably been his. I at least assumed like late 20s, early 30s, but the older version of him was probably like in his either 60s or late early 70s, something like that. So that is going to show you, even sometimes even as a good guy, could be bad guy, or even as an actor, could play as a good guy, could have the opportunities to play as a bad guy. I mean, not a bad opportunity for that, but any actors could have been could eventually take the opportunity to maybe play as a bad guy or a good guy. But yeah, it's just that as it is. Which member of the CMC would you ship with Kozuglo with? Well, if Kozuglo wasn't reformed, I would say no one, actually. But with her reformed, I would say probably all of them. Well, each just separately, um, but if I had to pick one, oh, well, I may have to say Apple Bloom. I mean, there is one of those CMC that's wouldn't be much as much help. We're saying that Scootaloo, for example, she has the biggest dream that she was able to fly. But even as her older version or her older self in the last episode, where that one episode where she and her friends magically turned older, she was still unable to fly. So it's a strongly indicating that she would never be able to fly whatsoever because her wings didn't change size. Even when she was in her, like, I was assume at least in her 20s, her wings didn't even grow any bigger when she was even older. So, assumingly, she has this condition that makes her wings unable to grow. And, well, it's not unlike impossible for anything like it, but yeah. Anyways, let's welcome this complete Mr. Crazy and Mr. Insane, or that's why they call them Jackal and Mr. Hyde.
Oh,
You never heard of Dr. Jackal and Mr. Hyde?
no.
Oh man, you
Wah,
really have missed
wah,
out.
wah.
Genga, do you know those two?
Don't you wah 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 me. I know you haven't seen him either.
Okay, um, I can give you a brief of how they are. They're actually the same person. They have been made shows, movies of this same actor for years. It mostly takes place in Victorian England, around 1800s. Basically, there is this scientist, Dr. Jekyll, wealthy man. He had this idea that in order to basically to separate the good and bad within a man's mind, so that could create a more peaceful and utopian society. He put some chemicals in a drink and drinks it. But when he never had affected that, it had its opposite effect. Instead, it turned him into evil, more like disfigured person, where he called himself Edward Hyde. He literally kills people, or at least attack people. In one version of that of the story, a video that's on YouTube, um, he eventually dies. And I mean, there are multiple versions of this. Actually, Mr. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, there is actually an old Scooby Doo episode where a scientist claims to be the descendant of Dr. Jekyll. Jekyll. I don't remember exactly for which season, but I think it's season 1 or 2 of the original Scooby Doo from 1969. If I mention this to Malachi, he would definitely recognize him. When he will know what I'm talking about. Since Dr. Jekyll is an interesting idea, but yeah, it just if Kosuke and Furry Heart got married and Furry Heart was pregnant, was having 13, how would Kosuke react? Uh, well, one thing, if um if she didn't had like all 13 at once, which is practically impossible biologically way though. Um, but if they had like 13 kids total, like separate born separate years apart, um, yeah, she might be a little bit overwhelmed. But if there was all 13 born at the same time, yeesh, that would have been more insane. I mean, just imagine at nights. If one of the babies start crying, the all others will start crying as well. And if that was in like in reality, in real world, oh, I say this: if, like for example, if Dylan or Roy had 13 kids with their future wife, um, not only that they probably get go insane, but they will really, really had a financial problems. You know, buying diapers and all that stuff that they needed, and well, I mean, some of the financial support is taken care of since they get some uh, well welfare checks from the government, which or something like that. But yeah, but for teens, for Ghost reaction, um, if they were born like a few years apart, totally, yeah, she will might be overwhelmed, but all of them once, one word, insanity. I would have been. I mean, in my family has never been anything like that. So, well, unless you can count my sister, was kind of close. I mean, when her with 5 kids total, and that she lives by herself, even though she has a boyfriend or fiance, I don't know. They live separately. They are no have any intention to move in. They used to, but not anymore. So, but basically, she has this current boyfriend. She has three kids with, and the two other ones are with a different guy, but has no contact with him whatsoever for a really damn good reason, which I'm not going to much details for. As just all I can say is two words: Yale time. He was behind bars for time, but not anymore. Hey, we thought he was a good guy, but that was shit, Sherlock. He was a complete opposite. Seriously. Well, my brother though, he has no kids at all. If they will have any, probably max two or one. I know at least one thing that what happened yesterday. Um, at least Malachite and Game Guy knows about this. Um, Firegodd's mom is actually in the hospital right now.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know
she
that.
was actually taken. Yeah, she was taken in by ambulance yesterday. So that they decided to keep her overnight. It turned out her oxygen in her blood was really low. Yeah, it took blood test, X-ray, MRI, CAT scan, or you name it, all that. And presumably at least maybe as a COVID test. I mean, now the fact that now a lot of COVID is just pop up and up again, on off. So it's possible that maybe like that. So I don't know if what's happening. And I even asked her if the possibility if her mom would have passed away, who would have had the bigger chance to own or take care of or at least inherit the house or quote unquote house since they live in a trailer. That would be Figos because her brother, well, basically he would be like game guy, playing games, nothing else. He doesn't care anything much else. He is
Well, I'm not,
well, I
you
mean,
know,
he must no, yeah, but he's like you. He playing games, but he doesn't really care much about their daily functions or daily basis when it's needed. Despite the six cats and all that, and but luckily though, as for at the moment, they have their two uncles um, to help. Like if they need some food shopping or grocery shopping, they probably ask for the uncles to do that since neither Figod or her brother has car license or driving license or anything like that. Um, and of course, they have their next door neighbor for help. And that's another good thing to do. Always, always have a good relationship with your next door neighbors in your neighborhood. Always. Because it's always had a good relations with your neighbors. For there are many reasons for that. Like if there has been a burglary in your town or maybe in different neighborhoods close to yours, and that if you're in your street, maybe let's say your block has 10 houses total from both combined with both sides, and all of you decides to work together, like say to form like a neighborhood watch to make sure to help to make sure that no one else been a breaking or anything like that or any suspicious people. Or you simply, if you have a neighbor that's requires something, like say if your mom or dad or uncle, or maybe you're one of the parents, your neighbors has a problem with, say, take care of their mowing the lawn, take care of the grass, or maybe take care of the flowers at the backyard, like in the front yard, or even take care of the mail for them for a while. For an example, I mean, it's always a good thing to have a good relations with your neighbors because one day it could actually help you when required. I seen this on video on YouTube on a channel called Fear Tales. It's usually many different topics about like stalkers, even some really creepy things. Like there was this one that was captured on the ring doorbell camera where a neighbor rushed to this particular house and banged on the door because there was a fire not long away from across the street. Oh, get this! I saw this video on YouTube. The FBI they were doing a raid against a house, but they were about to get in, but they never did because the house, boom, exploded, quite literally exploded to pieces. I was like, seriously, that's just and survivors? I don't think so. I mean, if your house is exploded to smithereens, there's no chance for any survivor unless you live in have your basement intact. But otherwise, no. Um, Robert mentioned this episode from Tell Your Tale, Bridal Woodstock, where this creature is called Truggles. If you do know that mean Grungard could possibly show up in Tell Your Tale, the Truggles actually, if they were part of G3 version of the series, and they were connected to Grugar, and now they appeared in G4, G5. Um, I had to say this. Even if they were connected to Grugar in G3, and now the G5s are running, it's not a big. There is no necessarily meaning that the Truggles has any connection to the Grugar in the G5. It's very possible that they are not even at all. Because back in G3, when like Tyrek was actually like a centaur in G3, but he was an actual human prince that had been transformed into that. And the smoosh, this green slimy creature that or being that Discord had invited to to the Gala was actually a bad guy or a villain in G3, but instead of green, it was purple. Grugar did appear in G3. It he looks like almost identical as from back in G3 as in G4. And from the latest episode from Tell Your Tale, Sip and Sunny actually went to Opalin's old castle to find any further information if it could be other alicorns out there because Sunny believes that she might be the only alicorn out there. Well, other than that, Opaline, who is still trapped within, under beneath her own castle. Um, in fact, there is one place, Skyros. Skyros is the where the alicorns lived or lives. Celestia Luna and Opaline, all both for three of them are actually from Skyros. But both Celestia and Luna they left Skyros at one point. But Opaline, she was banished from Skyros. And I have a good indication that the why she was banished is because that she believed that Alicorn was superior to any other point of kind that they want to take over, that they should be the most superior ruler. And is it possible that the Skyros will appear in G5 Telltale? It's possible. And since it's going to be four 22 minutes long special episodes of this series, first, which will be sometime by next month, they haven't revealed exactly when or the title. It could perhaps be one of that suddenly the others actually going to Skyros, or it could be an Easter themed special. The second one is going to be released in August. Same thing, no title, no mention what's going to happen. I have no idea what's it being. If it's going to be as a reference to some holiday or something. I mean, I don't know if there's a reference to an American holiday that takes place in August. There are, to my knowledge, I don't even know if there are any. And the third one is this sort of place is being released in October. That one might have a strong possibility to be involved, not midnight or Halloween. And the fourth is being set to be released in November, same year. And that one, the fourth one, as I think, could be a Christmas themed. Because last year, Winter Wish Day was released around November. And Best Gift Ever from G4 was released in November. So it's possible the fourth special of G5 might be a Christmas themed. But at the moment, I don't know. Oh boy. So what have you guys been up to though?
Not much.
Yeah, same here. Haven't done much. TV, computer. Um, um. Well, I actually went for a walk. Oh, Alton is here. Um,
Hey.
What did Five Goddess think about my Easter story request? Ooh. Eh, well, I actually forgot about it. uh,
Uh
and
oh. You can just tell her now, I guess.
yeah, and also that
Or
since
later, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, and since Five Goddess has other things in her mind right now, her mom is in the hospital right now, so I don't think she had that much in mind to think of at least, but she did show me some pictures from other future shippings. There is actually one that I found, Chrysalis with Sakura, and I think that's actually work. Oh, I think about how about this? If Cozy Glow is an orphan, and if Tyrek and Chrysalis would be reformed, and they decide to adopt Cozy Glow as their daughter, now that would have been a very different family trio. uh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there is actually based on the back in G4, there is only one. There is at least one known couple, uh, lesbian couple that appeared in G4. That was Gululu's aunts, but there is actually now a first official male gendered couple that appeared in G5, and their names are Sander and Diggy, and they actually have adopted a boy or a son, which is an unicorn. He actually made appearance both in the movie and for what a couple of episodes in Make You Mark, included one the Bride of Woodstock. I was very surprised that he was, well, that there were any both gender couple, or at least a male couple in G5. I mean, If they were brave enough to put in a lesbian couple in G4, then why not a male same gender? Though the second known lesbian couple in G4, well, this one is a pretty well known because they have been appearing from even from back season 1 and got married in season 9. Lyra and Bonbon, or as her actual name was Sweet Drops, she was actually a secret agent. I don't even know though, but um, this creature that was appeared in Slice of Life, Bugbear, actually is based on a real mythical creature. I mean, both of them are like the griffins, Hydra, dragons. So, assuming at least from that part, uh, Diamond Torrent, Skululu, True Love, audio, or text music depend on the. That's hmm hmm. I don't think I actually done the story though yet, but you know, I will do this. I will screenshot that. So there we go. Screenshot it so I will remember. Well, to be honest, here's the funny thing: I have around 400 500 shippings as in my email. But funny, strange is when I was one day, I think it was about 1 or 2 weeks ago. I was just looking. I did see but some two strange addings in my email. When I clicked one of them, suddenly the main inbox it literally shows the number how many messages you have. It was around 300. Well, this is suddenly the number from 300 to 200 to 100 and it's suddenly complete zero. All the messages was gone. Like it was just complete gone. All the 300 messages I have with the shippings, all gone. I looked at the place where I saw these two other strange addings, and all those shippings had been removed from the inbox to one of those places. I was really puzzled. I had no idea how that was even possible. I mean, literally, it's never happened before. And I did put them back in my inbox. But the next day, it happened again. So I put them back in my inbox, and so far it hasn't even changed. Good riddance. That is. It's First I thought maybe someone had hacked my email and deleted them, but no, they weren't. I was really surprised that they. I was like, what the heck is going on? I'm not even that tech savvy in when it comes to technology, especially the internet and stuff. Boy, well, since Malachite isn't showing up, should we probably start this anyways?
Hmm.
Just a heads up, it's not 80 questions, it's actually 96. And
Hmm.
normally is the winning partner, the party or single player usually picks the um, well, choose the next topic. But since I don't know if it was Roy or Game Guy who actually went last time, which since someone no one didn't pick one, so I was like, what the heck? Why not take one of those based on a movie? This is actually a movie that I've seen a couple of times, but it's not one of my favorites. Despite being a sci-fi, it isn't. Who would want to go first?
I think Bug Eyes over here should go first. Really? I don't know, man. Elton can go first, I guess.
All right. Number one. When was the sci-fi movie Battlefield Earth produced? A. 1999, B. 2000, C. 2002, or D. 2004? Well, apparently, right choice here.
Yeah, I invited him earlier.
Hey, what's up, Swedish guy? How y'all doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
RGPs.
Yeah. So we're going. So I ordered another PlayStation 4 controller, which is really good. Oh, and Game Guy.
Yep.
I'm at the end of Mega Man Battle Network 6 on my Nintendo Switch.
That's cool.
Yeah. You guys, I might have to make this quick because one of my staff is coming to take us out to
All right.
I think yeah. So Game Guy, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate you, Swedish. I'm happy for you yet again. Thank you. I just gotta get going, but thank you guys for having me. Have a great day.
All
You
right.
too.
Ciao. Hey, that's my thing. I know. I took it.
That's not good.
Anyways, what do you think about the answers? Is there 1999, 2000, 2002, or 2004?
Hmm. Hmm. Very good.
By the way, who's starting first? So I didn't get confused there for a moment.
It's Elton. Elton's going
Oh,
first.
okay. All right.
We'll say B.
2000. Ding ding ding. Exactly 2000.
First point of the day. 1 sec. All right. You have 1 point. Now you have to figure out who goes second.
Well,
All right.
easy answer on that one. Use a D20. Get the high low.
Actually, we'll just do whoever gets the higher number because we both have or I'll roll first. Ah.
That or arm
Yeah,
wrestling.
exactly.
I got a 4.
Ah,
I think I'm gonna win this. Kyle, I'm gonna kick her ass. I gotta reroll.
he gets a 1.
I got a 9. Ah, damn. Well, you're going second. I am going second. I had to put this back into the thing of Give me 1 second.
It's me, Mario.
I think Diamond Scooter should be a text and music story, says Malachite. And Malachite, get your butt in here right now,
I put the
Yeah.
thing in there, so
or I will send a big
Get
for
your
that
butt
for you.
inside this street.
what? Something about stream. I don't know. I'm going next, though.
Okay, number 2. How long is the sci-fi movie Battlefield Earth? A. 1 hour, 59 minutes. B. 2 hours and 30 minutes. C. 1 hour, 38 minutes. Or D. 2 hours and 25 minutes.
That's too specific. That's too specific. I'm going with C. Final.
C, ain't wrong exactly. A, 1 hour and 59 minutes. I
I
mean,
guess
this.
they
I mean,
were both pretty specific, I
yeah,
guess. But
but
Uh,
most movies these days are actually quite long. Either around 1.5, almost 2 hours, maybe a bit past 2 hours. It just depends on what it's. Um. Yeah. So, Roy, you're next.
I am. You are.
Number three, hard question. Earth was attacked and conquered by a humanoid alien race known as Cyclos. In what year is the movie set to take place? A. 2500, B. 2700, C. 3000, or D. 2001, 2800?
See, I was hoping one of them would be like a year that's already gone by, so I could say, "Oh shit, we've been invaded by aliens." I'm dancing. Clank. I'm not sure what that was, but seriously, it went behind your computer. 13. All right, I'll go with C.
C.
Yeah,
3000? They need exactly
3000.
43,000. Yep, it took place in the year 3000. So basically, the Cyclones conquered Earth in the early 2000s. So yeah. By the way, Elton, how old are you, if I may ask?
15. Turning 16 next year.
All right, just one of curious.
You don't sound 15. Do I
Well,
sound
he sounds
19?
yeah,
Fair
he sounds
point.
like
This
yeah, he sounds like he could be almost 18 or 19. Well, I mean, when you're getting puberty, your voice gets deeper, so sometimes people can be mistaken from their actual age. Just been saying, I mean, even some
Yeah,
girls, for example,
exactly.
even some even girls can be mistaken from their actual age. Sometimes they can be mistaken if they are in your 20s, or even if someone who is say 25 sometimes have a baby face and looks a bit shorter. They can be mistaken as a teenager, which is also not as like impossible to happen. I mean, yeah, puberty it's a sometimes for most preteens are a scary moment.
indeed. I don't know.
Sometimes Roy sounds like he is way older than he actually sounds like. Sometimes first time when I heard him, I thought he can't be in his early late 20s. To me, it sounded like he could have been like in his 30s or maybe his early 40s. Well, as the deep voice or the deep voice he has,
Ah, damn. Do I seriously sound like a 40-year-old?
kinda.
Do you want me to answer that or not? No, I don't actually.
And your brother Dylan,
Answer it anyways. Yes.
and for your brother Dylan, which has his British accent, when he talks, since he is in early 30s like myself, he doesn't sound like it if he could be in his 30s. He sounds like either early to mid 20s. But I think that's possible because I think that's a reason because of the dialect, or when he's the accent when he's been studying and living in England for some time, which sometimes people their voices changes when they living in a different country. Despite the English spoken language, that each country can have its own accent. Like say, you can probably tell from someone who lives in England, which has either Scottish accent, like Lord, or if you live in or Indian people who live in England could have an Indian accent, despite having speaking English. As for myself, English is not my native language, so as it is. Anyways, number four for Elton. The main character is a young man named Johnny. He has a middle name. And what is his middle name? A. Adam. B. Good Boy. C. Jack. Or D. Simon.
I swear to God, I
I will
just
say
heard.
D.
D. Simon. Wrong exactly. B. Good Boy. Johnny Good Boy.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
have
mean,
so many questions.
uh,
well, since this movie is actually based on a book that was made years ago, and I when I first read the name Good Boy as a middle name, I was there was like a lot of questions going on in my mind. I was like, but it kind of would make sense if this is supposed to be taking place 1,000 years in the future, where humanity enslaved, and they are now like in a Stone Age developments, the techno of as they were advanced, but after they conquered by aliens. So yeah, it makes sense. Number five for you, game guy. Johnny left his tribe in the mountains, encountered two men. Where did he encounter them? A. Woods. B. Old bridge. C. Old miniature golf. C or D. Old airfield.
See, I'm tempted to go with A because it's the only one that doesn't have old. But C is so specific that I'm gonna go with C final.
C. They didn't exactly C. Old miniature golf course. Yeah, that was uh. But you're right. Next, number six. What is the name of the one of the two men that Johnny encountered after he left his tribe? A. Jackson, B. Marvin, C. Kenny, or D. Carlo?
How about E? Bravo.
I'm choosing C.
I'm kidding.
What's so
Also, it's not
funny?
your turn. It's my turn.
Sorry. What? I don't know what's so funny.
You ever heard of Johnny Bravo? That's ridiculous. Oh yeah, that show
No, I
wasn't
don't.
bad. Hmm.
I remember that one. It was
Six.
pretty hilarious.
I'm going with B.
Uh D.
B.
B. Wrong exactly D. Carlo.
Ah, damn.
Number seven, trick question for you, Elton.
Let's
Does
do
Johnny
it.
love the woman named Does Johnny love the woman named Chrissy? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Ding ding ding, exactly yes. Number eight for Game Guy. The alien species cycles are tall alien, and how tall are they? A. 7 feet. B. 9 feet. C. 8 feet. Or D. 10 feet.
Can you repeat the answers?
7 feet, 9 feet, 8 feet, or 10 feet.
That's what I thought. I'm going with 10.
10 wrong exactly. B. 9 feet. Compared to normal human, they will be like we are shorties to those. Number nine, trick question for you, game Roy.
Yup. Ah, damn. What's up?
You're next. Trick question number nine. The cyclo species conquered Earth and started to stripping the resources. Yes or no?
Yes.
You say yes. Ding ding ding. Actually, yes. Number 10, hard question for Elton. Cyclos use a ruined American city for their base of operations and had constructed a dome in the city. And which city is it? A. Houston. B. New York. C. Denver. Or D. Washington, D.C.
Um, C.
C. Denver. Ding ding ding. Exactly C. Okay, number 11 for Game Guy. When Johnny left his tribe, he left it with an animal, and which animal was it? A. Falcon. B. Dog. C. Horse. Or D. Donkey.
I'll go with D.
Donkey?
Yep.
Wrong exactly. C. Horse.
Isn't donkey kind of like a horse?
Mm, kinda. They belong to the same family, along with the
Half
mule.
point. No, you're not allowed to do that.
Number 12 for you, Roy. In the movie, there is a scene where Johnny is taken to a ruined human city. A man told him the gods have warned the humans not to look at things. Something would happen to them, and what would happen? A. Turning to stone statues. B. Go insane. C. Turn blind. Or D. Burn to ash.
Oh damn. All right, so we got Medusified, we got the back rooms, we got whatever the third one was, and we got cremation. Awesome. The third, I forget what the third one was too. Jeez, boy. I think it was blind. All right, well, apparently the third one was looking at the sun while it was in a solar eclipse. I don't know. I'm guessing. 6. Ah, sweet, back rooms it is. All right, B, final.
B. Go insane. Wrong exactly. A. Turning to stone statues.
Apparently, it's just all Medusa. Who knew?
Yeah, they believe that because they was showing he was shown a statue of a man was holding a car tool, but there was actually like I think it's an old gas station, and they were believed that there was an actual human one point and fell in love with the god, and he was turned into stone statue for that. And it makes sense after all. In this same timeline in this movie, after 1,000 years, they basically had lost most of their own history. So they believed that when the gods left Earth, left the world, and they became because of humans' selfishness. And that is supposed to be a lightsaber, if I take it. A red lightsaber,
Yes.
for which would resemble for the Siths, the enemy for the Jedi.
Oh shit! I didn't know we were going against Elton Darth Vader. What?
Anyways, number 13. Johnny was captured by the Cyclones in a certain abandoned building. What type of building was it? A. School. B. Hospital. C. Shopping mall. Or D. Car shop.
Well, I'm gonna choose D.
D. Ain't wrong exactly. C. Shopping mall. Number
Oh,
14. The Cyclone's hand weapon has some settings, and how many settings does the hand weapon have? A. 2. B. 4. C. 1. Or D. 3.
Going with the most. So going with 4.
You said 4. Ain't wrong exactly. A. 2. Stun and killing. Or vaporize. Number 15 for you, Roy. The cycle species had a certain eye color, and what color does its eyes have? A. Red. B. Yellow. C. Green. Or D. Black.
Okay, I'm gonna need this. The dice aren't going to appreciate us today. I'm
Why are
gonna
you laughing?
I'm gonna punch this damn dice in the face. He got a 2. Oh my goodness gracious. Whatever, I'm going with A.
A. Ain't wrong exactly. C. Green. Number 16. The alien species Cyclops home planet Cyclo has one color on it, and what color does their homeworld have? A. Purple. B. Blue. C. Red. Or D. Orange.
Sorry. I'm a little tired, I guess.
Elton, it's your turn.
Oh. Wait, which one?
The alien species Cyclops home planet Cyclo has a color on it. What color does it have? Purple, blue, red, or orange?
I would say orange.
D. D. Wrong exactly. A. Purple. But if there was orange, they were like,
Oh.
that is a giant orange in space. but but the purple, that's a giant grape. I mean,
I was gonna say a giant sugar plum.
if it was blue, that was like, that's a giant blueberry. Number 18, trick question for you, game guy.
Mm-hmm.
Can can the cycle species breathe in Earth's atmosphere? Yes or no?
No.
Ding ding, exactly no, they can't. Let's see. Number 19 for you, Roy. The cyclone known as Terrell was interested in one particular mineral on Earth, and what mineral is it that what he was interested in? A. Silver. B. Diamond. C. Gold. Or D. Emerald.
Alright, I'm guessing. It's none of them, it's actually dirt. No. 15. Alright, I'll go with C.
C. Gold.
Yep.
Ding ding ding. Exactly. C. Gold.
You went for the
Well,
gold
they're.
and you got it.
I mean, even particularly though, gold is their main desire to have. They're literally stripping the planet from all the natural resources. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they're mining all gold, silver, diamonds, and emeralds that would be considered, but mostly gold. Um, Number 20 for you, Elton. What position did Terrell have on Earth? A. Administration officer. B. General. C. Security officer. Or D. Soldier.
I'll say B.
B. General. Wrong exactly. C. Security officer.
Oh, that was
Number 21 for you, game guy. The cyclones known as Kerr had a number of wives, and how many wives does he have? A. 2. B. 5. C. 4. Or D. 8.
I'll go with 8.
Wrong exactly. B. 5. He did say a quote in this movie that with the gold, he could simply buy new wives. So I don't. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I don't know. So basically, in their culture, they can have. I don't know how many, if it's a certain limit, how many wives they could have. If it's five is max, or if you simply um, buying new wives. It's like in Star Trek, the Ferengi species. To them, pregnancy is considered as rental. So I would not be surprised of, but buying new wives in uh, in the cycle society. Uh, well, being honest, though, it's back in early human history. It's not like this could happen in our world, which basically has happened. I mean, that was way long back in history. That at the time people couldn't consider as slaves. I mean, an emperor could have one queen or empress and have maybe I don't know. He could even have 10 other women's as concubines, or even like that. I don't even know, but yeah. But buying your wives, now that is pretty low. I would even do it. Anyways, trick question number 22 for Elton. Or wait, no wait, number 20. No, this is actually Roy's question. Is it against the cycle's law to teach other species their technology? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, ding ding ding, exactly yes.
Ah, damn. I get that.
You did get a point.
That you do.
Number 23, trick question again for Elton. Did the cycles believe that dogs were the dominant species on Earth based on old photos of a dog in a car? Yes or no?
No.
Wrong, exactly yes. They actually believed dogs were the dominant species. Because based on old
Oh.
photo that was seen in the movie, that the owner was driving the car and that the dog was in the back seat, and they assumed that the dog was the dominant species and that humans were slaves to them. But that's what they assumed at least, but it wasn't realistically. No. Oh, number 24 for you, game guy. When the cycles no longer have a use for an enslaved species, they exterminate them. But how do they wiping out a slave species? A. Gas. B. Blow up the planet. C. Orbital bombardment. Or D. Blow up the sun.
Sorry, what was that third thing?
Orbital bombardment meaning bombardment from the orbit.
Jesus, these are all terrible. Uh, I'm gonna dice this. Kinda hoping I get it wrong.
Oh, by Elton.
Oh, he's out so big out so. All right, well we gotta do something with those points. So here's what we're gonna do. Real quick, just right. So we had 3. You're for you. You have 4. Okay, hold on. We'll just uh, we'll just give Elton points to us, and no, you cheater. Fine.
Womp 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 womp.
No one in
Awkward.
particular has the damn thing. Whose turn is it? Mine.
No, it's game guy's turn.
I am game guy.
Oh,
All right. Hoping I get this wrong. Actually, 14. All right, I'm going with C.
C ain't wrong exactly. A, gas.
I will.
Yeah, they literally sent drones to the planet that contained the certain gas and exterminate. For, I mean, blow up the planet. That depends if they somehow drill a bomb in the under deep underground or, but orbit bombardment. No, that's not impossible for a species that has spaceships. They could literally be just put themselves in high orbit and use either nukes or laser weapons and bomb the entire surface. But blow up the sun or this main star in the system, well, that if they somehow could trigger the thermonuclear reaction in the star to under like go like a supernova or something like that. It's I mean, I wouldn't say that would be impossible for an alien advanced species, but for us currently, it is not possible. Blow up a planet? Not really. I mean, maybe I would say maybe we're able to blow up Mercury, Mars, maybe, but or Pluto, but a large planet like say Jupiter, not much as that's a possibility of that. But orbit bombardment for us, that's possible. If you have some sort of platform is on in orbit, armed with nukes, that is very, very possible for could happen. But thanks to the other space treaty, which makes this impossible for that, because if anyone do, that's very illegal to do. First of all, not every single nation in the world had access to space flight that much. Even though my country have its own space program, but not any rockets that can launch into space. Not at all. That's just not a problem with that. Number 25, trick question for Roy. Was it Terrell who used a learning machine to teach Johnny Cycles language? Yes or no?
Uh, yes.
Ding ding ding, exactly, yes. Number 26, hard question. Cycles Mining Agency had decided to keep Terrell on Earth for another number of cycles. How many cycles had been was he assigned for? A 12, B 35, C 28, or D 50?
B.
The B ain't wrong exactly. D 50. I think that would have been 50 years. I don't really know for certain, but uh, anyways, number 27. Terrell let Johnny and two others leave the human processing camp, and they took shelter in a building. And Johnny caught an animal which he shared with the others to eat. What animal was it? A. Rat. B. Cat. C. Rabbit. Or D. Dog.
I'm going with B. Two.
B.
I realized you said B, but yeah.
B. Cat.
Yeah.
Wrong exactly. A. Rat.
Ah, damn. I got a rhyme.
Uh, quick question. Will you guys even consider eat rat meat?
Oh, God, no.
Mm, probably. But I do for the fact that you probably eat ostrich meat.
Well, look like a guy that wants to get diabetes to you.
No,
No.
ostrich. Ostrich, the giant bird.
That still wouldn't eat that. Just saying.
Well, I mean, there are, in fact, a lot of companies in the world that actually produce meat from ostrich. I mean, it compared like
I
it's a
never had
giant.
it.
I mean, ostrich is like a giant
Mm.
chicken, and I remember I did see an article, a news report in my country many years ago. A store very much up in north. They actually was selling both meat from ostrich, kangaroos, snake, and even ostrich or a crocodile. So ostrich meat, yeah, probably would. I mean, it's like a giant bird, so I wouldn't see any difference. People actually eat can use their eggs to make omelets, pancakes, you name it. So only difference is with an ostrich egg, you could probably make over 70 or 80 pancakes. Maybe 100. That depends on how much you use. um, um, okay, number 28. Trick question. After Terrell believed that his plan to use humans to learn how to use a mining machinery had failed, had decided to kill Johnny, but Johnny managed to stop, stop him by speaking in Cyclo. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, the ding ding exactly yes.
I mean, you kind of already answered the question because it was so damn specific. But
All right then, number
uh,
29. Terrell, Terrell took Johnny to a library to learn about his people's past. And like I said, after 1,000 years, most of their people have lost their most knowledge of their own history because they believed that the Cyclones were demons that came after on Earth after the gods had left because of humans' selfishness. Um, and he spent some time to read books, and something inspired him. And what was it? A. UN Charter. B. Declaration of Independence. C. Bible. Or D. New York Times.
you know what? It'd be really funny if it was D, but I don't think it is. I'll go with B.
B.
Yeah.
Ding ding, exactly B. In the Declaration of Independence. Yeah, the New York Times. I really don't believe that has much any inspirational. After all, that's just like a newspaper. But the only two things I would consider as most potentially is either Declaration of Independence or UN Charter. Okay, number 30. When Johnny and a few others agreed to mining for Terrell to convince them not to try escape, he used his hand weapon to kill an animal to show them not to head that he would not hesitate to kill them. What kind of animal did he kill? A. Moose. B. Wolf. C. Cow. Or D. Deer. Excuse me. Mm.
Well, first of all, you took my question. Those. And second of all, I'm gonna that's Oh yeah, because it's 30, and I had at 25, I think. Or you had 25. Someone had 25. You hit my dice. I'll go with C.
C. Cow. Ding ding ding. I can see there was a cow or multiple cows. Number 31. Johnny has a last name, and what is his last name? A. Tyler. C. Carter. Or D. Donald.
No, it better not be Donald. Uh, I'm gonna dice again. 10. Alright. I'm going with B.
B. Tyler. Ding ding. Actually, B. Tyler. Speaking of Donald, I actually was told from my dad about Trump that he recently done. Um, he was bragging himself about his fortune in New York. Um, I don't know how this is even possible, but he was actually put on trial for that or something, and he actually um he and he failed. He lost it, and he had to pay was it 380 million, which is in my country convert currency would be around 4 billion. But here's the thing: he is forbidden to do any business in New York for 5 years. I was really not surprised. I'm not unaware of. I was aware of that though. I mean, you know, many people around the world, including my family and some of my work, really doesn't like Trump. I mean, as my boss said, that Trump is a businessman and doesn't have to be as a president. Though the only difference about Trump compared to the other previous presidents, they get paid as the president, but he refused to take it. But also another thing is about it that previously, before he was elected as a president, he had a big fortune about I think it was a $2 or $4 billion connected to his business organization. But after he became the president, that fortune was off limits. He had more at the time. But now I think maybe, but you know, I have no idea how the thing's going to be turn out if Trump is being elected as again. Especially that when he wanted to change the mandate for 4 years to lifetime period. But it's hard to tell if that's going to happen because it's not as simple. I'm just saying, it's not really that simple. Okay, number 32. In the beginning of the movie, Johnny lost someone from his family. Who did he lose? A. Brother. B. Mother. C. Sister. Or D. Father.
Is this a Disney movie? Because if it is, yeah, I don't think
Mm-mm.
it's Disney. I didn't think
No,
so. Alright, I'm dicing. I knew that was gonna fall. Alright, reroll.
reroll, reroll.
I got a 3. I'm going with A.
A. Wrong, exactly. D. Father. They weren't specific. They weren't specific how or what he died of, but presumably from an illness or something. Number 33. Terrell Terrell gave Johnny and the others a number of days to mine the gold that had been discovered. How many days were they given? A. 7 days. B. 9 days. C. 14 days. Or D. 12 days.
Go with, I go with 7 days.
Not exactly. C. 14 days.
Why 7? Because it reminded me of the rain, and I just felt like doing it.
Hmm.
Of course it did.
Number 34. Trick question. Can humans survive in same atmosphere as cyclones? Yes or no?
No.
Ding, 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 exactly. No, they can't. Number 35. What would happen if Cyclops' breathing device gas came in contact with any radioactive material? A. Nothing happens. B. The cyclo gas explodes. C. They lose consciousness. Or D. They will go blind.
Well, outside of nothing, literally the least worst that could happen is them going blind, which is a little weird. All right, 11. I'm going with C.
C. Excuse me. Wrong, exactly. B. The gas explodes. Regardless from which type of a mineral, radioactive mineral it is, if it's uranium, plutonium, or even as, I don't know, basically, regardless for no matter what radioactive mineral, it would still explode. Number 36. Johnny took half of the mining team to a place to find gold. What had been where it was stored, and they were where did it go? A. The federal gold reserves. B. Fort Knox. C. Fallout shelter. Or D. Gold mine.
Is this my question or Roy's, by the way?
Is yours.
That's what I thought. I rolled a 1. I got a super A. I'll go with A final.
Wrong, exactly. B. Fort Knox. You know,
I had a
here's the
I had a feeling too. Oh boy.
here's the thing. It since they are so since they are so desired to get gold, and since they have been on Earth for 1,000 years, and despite having so advanced drones that can detect gold anywhere in the world, they have been unable to detect the the massive gold reserves that was in Fort Knox, which has been complete abandoned ever since. I mean, if they can detect gold that has in the mountains or deep underground, but why would they had not detect the gold that had been stored in Fort Knox, complete open and just take? I mean, it
Waffle.
makes a complete yeah, it
Yeah,
makes no
pretty much.
sense. It's just crazy. Number 37. Johnny and a number of the others went to an abandoned military base to find technology and weapons for their revolt against the Cyclops. Which military base did he went to? A. Maxwell Air Force Base. B. Fort Hood. C. Fort Hamilton. Or D. Andrews Air Force Base.
9. All right, I'm going with B.
B. Fort Hood. Ding, ding, exactly. B. Fort Hood.
I'm nailing it today.
They actually did find a lot of tanks and planes and other things. I think it was, but yeah. Oh, number 38. Hard question for you, game guy. Terrell Terrell told Johnny when his people came to conquer Earth centuries earlier, he told them that despite all the military from the whole world, it took a certain time before the Cycles conquered Earth. And how much time did it take? A. 3 days. B. 1 month. C. 9 minutes. Or D. 12 hours. A again, I guess.
I got a 2 this time.
Huh.
At least it's better than the 1.
Huh.
It's 2 times 1. How about? I'm going with A final.
Exactly. C. 9 minutes. It took just 9 minutes for the Cyclones to conquer Earth, despite all the combined Earth forces around the world. I mean, despite all the advanced fighter jets they had, uh, even battleships and all that, despite that, it took just 9 minutes for Earth to fall for the aliens. Just simple, almost like 10 minutes. Oh, that just, well, I wouldn't be surprised though. I mean, consider that like the aliens, the Cyclones are really advanced. They have teleportation technology, so I would not be surprised. I mean, if we even at our earliest advanced technology back then, or in the movie, despite our most advanced fighter planes, battleships, and even the most strongest atomic weapons, it's like, well, that and if the Cyclones had shields, like an energy shield around their ships, that could explain also why there were no any advantage. With the shields, easily can protect themselves from even the strongest nuke. But without the shields, well, maybe have a chance, but I never know. Number 39, trick question. Did Care Liqueur use a Cyclones shuttle simulator to teach Johnny to fly one? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wrong, exactly. Terrell who did it. Number 40. One member of Johnny's rebellion was named Nicky, and he had lost someone in his family to Terrell detonate an explosive collar. And who did he lose? A. Cousin. B. Brother. C. Father. Or D. Nephew.
I'm gonna say brother.
Brother? They didn't exactly brother. You know, this kind of thing mentioned as an explosive collar actually has happened once, as far as I know, in real life in America. A man was working at his pizzeria. He got it there, got it there. They get an order. He drew the location, but it wasn't the house. But there was this, I think, of this um, telephone tower or like this radio tower. He was knocked out by someone, and he wakes up, had his collar around his neck, and had a paper instructions what to do. He went to the bank and robbed them, but the police caught him before that can happen, and he just to find the next list of instructions. Uh, the police did actually call for the bomb squad, but sadly they never arrived in time because the bomb was had a timer, and the time ran out, and the collar blew up. He lost his life. It literally happened. I think they actually have it recorded on tape, like news tapes. I think they actually had it on YouTube, but I'm not so sure. And the people behind it, I don't think they actually caught him, or I don't remember details much, but it's that's a very gruesome how to even well to die. Number 41. Johnny placed an explosive collar on Terrell, and Terrell pressed a button on it blow up a limb. And which limb did he blow off? A. The left leg. B. Right arm. C. Left arm. Or D. Right leg.
Uh, well, A final.
You said A. Wrong exactly. B. Right arm. Number 42. Hard question. Johnny used a transporter to teleport Nikki to the planet Cycle in order to destroy their planet. And what did Nikki use in order to do that? A. C4. B. Dynamite. C. Nuclear bomb. Or D. Pipe bomb.
Stop giving me A's. A final. I mean, A is in your name. Apparently, my D20 had a goddamn. I don't know. Did I get the question right?
Hang on. Come on, where are you? Excuse. You said
A.
A. Wrong exactly. C. Nuclear bomb. Since, like I questioned earlier, how the gas reacted to radioactive material. So basically the whole planet was completely vaporized. That the reaction, I don't, I don't think that like not like impossible for any bomb to have that type of reaction in the atmosphere. I mean, like it's not like we haven't tested yet, but back when the atomic bombs, uh, back in the early development during the 40s, there were actually some um not speculations, but there were actually some worries, concerns that testing the nuclear bomb in the desert, there were some fears that they could ignite Earth's atmosphere in the process. But some scientists or experts, what they claim to be, said there was no chance of that happening. Well, if they did, none of us would even be here, right now. But yeah, that was your that is. But I can understand why they were afraid of that. Number 43, trick question. Did Johnny and his rebellion use an old Air Force simulator to teach how to use air fighters in their revolt? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, ding ding ding, exactly yes. Number 44. After the rebellion was over and humanity won, Terrell was captured. Excuse me. And he was taken to a place forever. And where was he taken to? A. A zoo. B. Fort Knox. C. Insulated Island. Or D. Abandoned prison.
I'm going with C.
C. An insulated island.
Yeah.
Wrong exactly. B. Fort Knox.
Hmm.
He was actually placed in a cell, was surrounded by gold bars, something that he was highly desired to have. And Johnny thought that this was a more suitable place for his cell to be surrounded one thing that he desired the most in the whole freaking universe. Well, as it is. Number 45. How many known cycles were left alive after humanity won? A 100, B 10, C 2, or D 50?
I'm dancing. B.
B 10, wrong exactly, C 2.
They actually landed on 10 too, so.
Number 46. What happened to Kerr after the rebellion was over? A. He was put in prison. B. Teaching humanity. C. He was executed. Or D. He was put on an insulated island.
Thank you. I'm going with D.
D. He was put on an island.
Yeah.
Wrong, exactly. B. Teaching humanity. He decided he was spared, and in return, he was willing to teach humanity how to operate their technology and also in order to rebuild their world. Here's the thing: during this 1,000 years of being lost most of their knowledge of their even their basic history, most of the major holidays like Christmas, Easter, and some others like Halloween wasn't even celebrated because I mean, like I said, 1,000 years they were basically had lost their knowledge, and Christianity it was like non-existent in this particular world. I mean, they were like I said, 1,000 years, and most of their basic knowledge of their own history was completely lost over time. And they literally believed that the aliens were demons. So, like Christianity and other religions probably didn't exist anymore in this futuristic world. But it is possible that some humanity could still practice some of the religions, but in this setting, it was no so showing anything. They literally believed not in one god, but in gods. They never like said names or just mentioned gods. Like the gods left Earth because humanity became so selfish and greedy. Then there was that when those demons come down to Earth, and that to me sounds more like a tribal worshipping, like in the ancient past. So it's nothing like impossible could happen even in our world. But yeah. Number 47, trick question. Are Earth's gravity different from the planet Cyclops? Yes or no?
I just realized Roy took my question. That's oh well, that's fine. I'm gonna say yes.
Ding ding ding, exactly yes. Number 48, hard question. When the sci-fi movie Battlefield Earth was made, how much did it cost to make the movie? A, $25 million, B, 20, $73 million, or D, C, 45 million, or D, 55 million?
D.
D,
Yep.
ain't wrong exactly, it's D, B, 73 million. A lot of money for
Alright.
one movie though. Number 49. What role does Chris's father have in their tribe? A, leader, B, shaman, C, warrior, or D, teacher?
B.
B, shaman,
Yeah.
ain't wrong exactly, A, leader.
Ah, damn.
Number 50, trick question. The Cyclops has a large head, yes or no?
Yes.
Ding ding ding, exactly yes. Number 51. The Cyclones tried to use another native species on Earth for their slave labor before they chose humans. Which species was it? A. Elephant. B. Horse. C. Donkey. Or D. Dog? Oh, excuse me.
D. Final.
Hmm?
D.
D. Dog? Ding ding ding, exactly. D. Dogs. Number 52. Trick question. Was there any sequels of the sci-fi movie Battlefield Earth? Yes or no?
Yes.
Eh, actually, no. There weren't any. Reason for that? It was it. I think it was like there was a bad ratings of the movie, and honestly, in my opinion, that even though I love sci-fi movies, but this one was not even on the list of my favorite ones. Despite seeing it a couple of times, but only a handful of times, would I recommend this to anyone if they like sci-fi with aliens and yeah, I'll go ahead for it. But don't take my word for it. I would say this is not a favorite or best movie in my opinion. It's just no. I just I really didn't like much of this movie though. But I thought it was at least good enough to make this quiz. But that's it. Number 53. What did the mining corporation's main business back on Cyclos called? A. Mining home command. B. Mining home office. C. Mining guild office. Or D. Mining resource office.
Uh, 18. That's ridiculous. I'll go with D.
D.
Yeah.
Exactly B. Mining home office.
Damn.
Number 54. What title does the cycle known as seat have? District manager. B. Governor. C. Senator. Or D. General.
A final.
A.
Yeah.
Ding ding ding, exactly A. Number 55. When Seed went to Earth, how many assistants did he bring with him? A. 4. B. 1. C. 2. Or D. 3.
I'll go with 3.
Wrong, exactly C. 2. Number 56. In one scene, Terrell is in a bar and he had ordered a number of drinks. How many drinks did he order total? A. 2. B. 9. C. 6. Or D. 4.
Is this me or Roy?
Is yours.
That's what I thought. Hold on, I'm embarrassing. 19. I'm going with D.
D.
Yeah.
Ding ding ding, exactly D. 4 total drinks. Number 57. What color does the drink have that it is served at the Cyclops bar on Earth? A. Green. B. White. C. Purple. Or D. Blue.
B.
B. White. Wrong, exactly. A. Green.
Ah, damn.
Number 58. Trick question. Did Terrell graduate atop of his class at the academy on his home world? Yes or no?
No.
Wrong, exactly. Yes. Number 59. After Johnny was captured by the Cyclones, where was he taken to? A. Old prison. B. Old hospital. C. Old zoo. Or D. Old factory.
An old factory.
Final?
Yeah.
Wrong, exactly. C. Old zoo. Makes sense if they had to keep their human slaves in check, had to put them somewhere behind bars. So either old prison or old zoo would that make sense? Number 60, trick question. Terrell and Kerr used cameras to spy on other offices, but it was against the rule to spy on their own office. Yes or no?
Yes.
Ding ding ding, exactly, yes. Number 61. After Terrell had led Johnny and two others, he tracked them for a number of days. How many days did he track them? A. 4 days. B. 1 day. C. 2 days. Or D. 3 days.
I'm going with B.
B. Ain't wrong, exactly. D. 3 days. Number 62. Trick question. After Johnny managed to attempt to escape, he tried to use sewers to escape. Yes or no?
Yes.
Ding ding ding, exactly, yes. Even though this sewer's main never was not probably not even no longer in use. I think at least for 1,000 years. So though I wouldn't say for sure, but number 63. After Johnny had used the machine first time, he tried to teach the others what he learned. And what did he try to teach them first? A. Geometry. B. Mathematics. C. Science. Or D. Writing.
I'll go with A.
You go with A. Geometry. The geometry. Ding ding ding. Exactly A.
Wait.
And just been saying in this movie setting, people couldn't read or write. That was another basic. Their knowledge also was lost. They can't even do the basic math or anything. Number 64. The Cyclones use a certain type of food to feed their human slaves. And what was it? A. Raw meat. B. Fish. C. Porridge. Or D. Bread.
Fitting. I'll go with A.
A. Ain't exactly C. Porridge. And I will take a short break here. So
Alright. Hold on. Before I get into my telling of everyone what the scores are, guys. Alright. Hello, people watching. In case you're wondering what the scores are right now, we have I have 11 and Roy has 12. Oh damn! Look at that. You've catched up or caught up. Sorry, catched up. Uh, yep. I'm surprised Malachi didn't come in. I know. Usually he does, but I guess he's busy. Yeah. The, the stream was brought to you by StreamYard. Use it today for the low, low price of free. For the low, low price of free. And remember, I don't know. All toast, just toast, toast. Exactly. That's what you got to take out of this. That's the most important part, right there. Hmm. I mean, everyone knows it. It's like we are roughly halfway done with it. I think. I think we're at question 55. Yeah, I think so.
Well, I'm back. Who is in the lead so far? Huh.
I am
Roy with
by 1 point.
Roy with 12 points and Game Guy with 11. I think I can do this. I will strip 10 points for Roy, so he had only 2 points.
That's not allowed.
I'm the judge and the host, so I can do whatever I want. Glad I won't. Number 64. No, wait, 65. Before Terrell was assigned to Earth, he messed around with a Cyclo woman who was the daughter of an important Cyclo man. And what was the man's title? A. General. B. Governor. C. Senator. Or D. Emperor.
What question is this one?
65.
65. Wow, we're deeper than I thought we were. That means it's my turn. Alright, give me that dice.
With this question, there is about 31 left.
Die! I got a 1. It's been one of those days. I'm going with A.
A ain't wrong exactly. C. Senator.
You
Number
do-
6. Number 66. Hard question for you, little game guy. Johnny's revolt against the Cycles. They use a fighter jet in their fight. And what type of fighter jet did they use? Oh, this is something that probably Malachite would have liked for this question, though. A. Northrop F-20 Tiger Shark. B. Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor. C. Harrier Jump Jet. Or D. F-16 Fighting Falcon.
It's a good thing I don't know anything about aircrafts. How about A?
Need.
Trump's big fat ass. That's not a fighter jet. With how big
Or
it is.
Or F. Allied Flying Carpet.
Alright, that would be kind of funny. Actually, Trump's ass isn't actually like the fighter jet, it's actually the landing strip. You're not the only one that can make a good joke. Damn, I gotta write that down. That's good. Oh boy. I'm just gonna roll the damn dice. Alright, that's a D. Alright, I'm going with D.
D.
Yeah.
Ain't wrong exactly. C. Harrier Jump Jet.
Can I get a point for that joke? No. Even though you should get 2.
Number 67. Trick question. Terrell told Johnny that he would keep an eye on him while he was mining the gold, and he would use a drone. Yes or no?
Are you saying no? That's my turn. No.
No, ain't wrong exactly. Yes. Number 68. When Johnny and his rebellion came to abandoned Air Force Base, they found weapons and vehicles. What kind of vehicles other than planes did they find? A. Tanks. B. Jeeps. C. Helicopters. Or D. Motorcycles.
Is this me or Roy?
Yours.
Alright. Unicycles.
It wasn't even an option.
I swear to God, I heard unicycle.
Motorcycles.
Oh, why did I hear unicycle? Ah, yes, unicycles, the scariest bike. Go with unicycles anyway. No, I'm kidding. Can I hear the things again?
Tanks, jeeps, helicopters, or motorcycles.
Or A, unicycles, apparently. I'll go with jeeps.
B, wrong exactly. A, tanks. But they didn't use any of them. Number 69, the hard question. Johnny used a cycle shuttle to take to Washington D.C. to show them something, and he took them to a library. But which library was it? A. National Archives building. B. Smithsonian Institution. C. Library of Congress. Or D. National Museum of American History. Which all of them is located in that particular city.
Right? Uh, what? C?
Hmm?
I'm going with C.
C. Ding ding ding. Exactly C. Library of Congress. Number 70. Trick question. At the library, Johnny showed the others a map of areas that were suffering of radiation. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Exactly yes. Number 71. Trick question. Did Terrell have a personal vault or private recording in his office? Yes or no? Oh, it's your turn.
Who's?
Royce, I
No,
think.
is it? Sorry. What's the question? Number?
71.
Yeah, so it's you. Alright, hold on. That's alright. I'm going with A.
This is a trick question.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Number 72. Kerr made a copy of a recording that Johnny gave him. Kerr gave an extra copy to someone that he could trust. And who was it? A. Communication officer. B. Soldier. C. A bartender. Or D. Concubine.
I'm also going with A.
You said A. Wrong exactly. C. A bartender. And let's say Terrell find out about it. And when he confronted Kurt about who this other person were, well, and he said it had to be our like the friendly bartender, and lift the bartender's separate head from a box. like literally had his head cut off from the body and holding its head by his hand. Quite literally. Yeah, the cycles are a complete untrustworthy people to even get around with. Especially, well, especially Kerr or Terrell. But Kerr, he could be trusted after all. He did help to rebuild the humanity society again after all this time. Number 73, trick question. Does the cyclo have a long tongue? Yes or no?
Question number
73.
730. This is you. I'm saying yes.
Ding ding exactly, yes. It's they actually showing it a female cyclo actually showing her tongue. It's kind of like a snake tongue, but more long. I think compared to a human tongue, I would have to say maybe two, maybe four times longer. That's a little bit freaky. Number 74, hard question. When Johnny were in the learning machine, a hologram of an individual appeared to teach him. What kind of individual was it? A female cyclo, B, a male cyclo, C, a known slave alien, or D, a human?
Sorry, I'm. Yeah, deal with. This is you, I think. I'll go with B.
You go with what?
B.
B ain't wrong, exactly. C, a known slave alien, which were extinct. I mean, the cyclos didn't have to hesitate to wipe out species that they no longer had in use. Number 75, trick question. Johnny had left his tribe in the beginning of the movie to find herbal medicine that could help his relative that was sick. Yes or no?
Seriously? Alright. I'm going with A.
It's a trick question.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Ding ding, exactly, yes. Number 76, hard question. After Johnny first used the learning machine, Terrell walked up to him and asked if he was hungry and holding a certain animal in front of him. What kind of animal was it? A. Bird. B. Rat. C. Cat. Or D. Fish.
I'll go with A.
Exactly B. Rat. Number 77. Terrell gave an order to all Cyclo. What did he tell them in a quote? A. Kill all the humans, they serve no purpose anymore. B. Kill all the human vermin. C. Exterminate all man animals at will and happy hunting. Or D. The man animals need to be wiped out now.
Too specific. I'm going with C.
C. Ding actually say exterminate animal. That they actually called them man animals. Or as the Terrell called Johnny, rat brain. And Johnny was the only one that actually could understand their language. Not that the humans could. That is because that he used that particular machine. Number 78, trick question. Did Johnny stab Terrell with a glass knife blade? Yes or no?
Yes.
Exactly yes. This is exactly what I think the blade was made of a piece of glass that he had kept on his one of his one of his arms. Uh, it's not like this typical like bottle of glass, but this more. I think it was like this more safety glass. You know, like those. If you go into a mall, you have those big windows. They're showing like certain items, like say for a clothing stores, those mannequins, like that type of glass, like a safety glass. Number 79, hard question. After Johnny had been captured and brought to cell among other people, he fought against a man who told them to eat last if there was something left. And after Johnny fought one against the man in a fight, he said in a quote to the others, A, we have enough problems with killing each other over food. B, we don't have to fight each other to survive. C, we need to work together in order to survive. D, if we if we fight and kill each other over each other, the demons will win.
Is this me or you?
It's 7-9, so that probably is yours.
Yeah, it's mine. All right. Where'd my dice go? There it is. All right. 12. See? Yeah, I'll go with C.
C, ain't wrong exactly. A, we have to, and we have enough problems without killing each other over food. Number 80. When Terrell told Seat about his idea to take a group of humans mining, which Seat wasn't found over, he said in a quote in response, and what did he say? A, you know that is against the cycle law. B, have you lost your mind, Terrell? C, I will be the laughingstock of the universe. D, you know as much as I do that's against one of our laws, and it won't end up well for both of us.
Can you repeat it?
The question and the answers or the options.
Both.
When Terrell told Sid about his idea to take a group of humans to mining, which Sid wasn't found over, and said in a quote in response, and what did he say? A, you know that's against the cycle law. B, have you lost your mind, Terrell? C, I will be the laughingstock of the universe. D, you know as much as I do that's against one of our laws, and it won't end up well for both of us.
I'm going with D.
D, ain't wrong exactly. C, I will be the laughingstock of the universe. Excuse me. Number 81. Terrell got upset against Kerr that he had kept a drone recording of a gold discovery for himself. But when he later told him to go through the data to tell him why they can't mine it themselves and cause it a certain radioactive element, what kind of element was it? A. Radium, B. Thorium, C. Uranium, or D. Plutonium?
A.
A. Radium, ain't wrong exactly. C. Uranium. I wasn't I felt like to use an. I would in this question. I want to use a radioactive mineral that was can be found in natural ground. I know for a fact that uranium is one of them. I wasn't sure if plutonium was found naturally, but it turned out it is. But radium and thorium, um, not sure. I didn't even look that up, but in fact, I never even knew about those two other. Number 82. When Johnny was running away from the Cyclones, he managed to grab up one of their hand weapons, shot him. And how many Cyclones did he kill before he was captured or stopped? A. 3, B. 2, C. 1, or D. 4.
I'll go with A, or I'll go with D.
D. Ain't wrong exactly. C. 1. Number 83, trick question. Do the Cyclones had claw-like fingernails? Yes or no?
Is this yes or no?
Yeah, it's yes or no.
All right, I'm going with no.
Ain't wrong exactly. Yes.
Ah, damn.
Like it looks like real like claws. Number 84. The leader of Johnny's tribe has a scar, and where on his body is the scar located? A. Left arm, B. Right leg, C. Face, or D. Right arm.
Uh, hmm. I'm going with B.
B. Ain't wrong exactly. C. The face. Like across the face, diagonally. Not like I think like from one of the like from the cross one of the eyes right through the next from the to the cheek. That type of scar, like three claw marks or something. It's one thing you probably want to, if you have a scar like that, or even just like a scar cross above your eye and goes down a bit, a better down on your cheek. I have no idea if you were able to do to walk around in public with that and people look at you. And if you guys would have a tattoo, and if you were in Japan, you would probably know what happened. They would
What?
people probably would assume you are involved with organized crime, like yakuza, because they are known to have tattoos on their bodies. And here's the thing: certain locations in Japan, like uh, hot springs and other things, aren't allowed people to be there if you have tattoos. I've heard part of a tradition,
Hmm.
which makes sense though. Number 85, hard question. Terrell took Johnny and a number of men out to the mountains to mine the gold. And how many men did they transport to the location with Johnny included? A. 14, B. 15, C. 12, or D. 16?
D.
D. 16 ain't wrong exactly. A. 14 men totaled. Number 86. When Terrell had taken Johnny to the library, he picked up something from the floor, and what was it he picked up? A. A book. B. A magazine. C. A small statue bust. Or D. A painting.
C.
C. Ding ding exactly C. And do you know what a statue bust is, by any chance?
Nope.
Well, it's basically just the head of a person as a statue. I think one of the
Hmm.
most famous ones are the um, the Egyptian pharaoh Nefertiti. Is one of like those well known. Number 87. Nikki's relative that was killed. What was his name? A. Mark. B. Sammy. C. Tyler. Or D. Leo.
I'm going with D.
D. Leo. Wrong exactly. B. Sammy. Yeah, he was like he had his head to blow off by the collar of his neck. That's horrible, horrible. Number 88. Hard like, trick question. Sorry. When a group of men who took when a group of men that took out some psycho weapons against Kerr and Turl, were they armed? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wrong exactly no. Those weapons weren't armed with ammo. They were completely useless. Number 89, hard question. When Johnny and the others were in the cell, when Nicky and the others told them that they were willing to fight for their freedom, when a man said something, and what did he say? A. We will fight along with you too. B. Count us in too. C. We are ready to fight the Cyclones. D. We will fight with you for our freedom.
Uh, I'll go with C.
C. Ain't wrong exactly. B. Count us in too. Number 90, hard question. How many Cyclones shuttles was used to take Johnny and the men and the equipment to the mining location? A. 2, B. 1, C. 4, or D. 3?
A.
A. 2, ding ding ding, after 2. Even though they only left one left behind, which Johnny and their friends did use for they were able to go to those Washington D.C. and those Fort Knox and other places that they went to. Number 91, trick question. Johnny left the mining site alone when he went to see Kerr at a human prison. Yes or no?
Yes.
Ding ding, exactly yes. Numbers 92, trick question. Did Turl keep an eye on the mining site with a recon drone? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ding ding ding, exactly yes. Number 93. Johnny's revolt were hiding fighter jets somewhere during the revolt. Where where were the on the solar planes hiding? A. On the ground. B. Among the ruined buildings. C. Among the clouds. Or D. On the doomed city.
Uh, B.
B. Among the ruined buildings. Ding ding exactly B. Number 94. Trick question. When Johnny in a small group flew the when the Johnny in a small group flew to an abandoned place where he knew the gold were stored and other things they needed to revolt. When Nikki read the map, they believed the state lines on the map existed on the ground. Yes or no?
Yes.
Ding ding actually yes. They literally believe that as you can see on the actual map, you've seen how your state is marked on the map, how it looks like from and am I right? Like how US are mapped, how the lines are showing you where how the state looks like say Texas. They literally believed that those lines were actually even on the ground. But since they couldn't say tell from which state they were and if they were in Colorado, if they were in Kentucky or anything, so and Johnny said like an explanation that those lines have may have faded over time. So they literally believed those lines on the map actually existed in real life on the ground. But as we all know, they don't. But it's understandable how they couldn't believe that after all, since it happened over a millennium. And since that time, no one had used maps. Or, in fact, no one hadn't been able to read or write in over a millennium. I mean, think about it like this. We are in our we are in like in the so-called either electronic or information age in the development. But when the cyclones came to Earth, conquered it, in the 31st century, around 3000 AD, the development of humanity was tribal age, or more as equal to Stone Age, or maybe no, I'm not saying more like Iron Age or Bronze Age or something like that, like caveman or something similar to that. And it will take them many, many years, perhaps several generations, in order to restore the world as it was before the invasion. Oh, ugh. Mm. Number 95. Trick question. When Turtle shot Kerr, did he shoot off Kerr's right hand?
Yes.
Wrong, exactly no. It was his left hand.
Ah, damn.
Number 96. When John, yeah, I mean, he literally pointing his weapon right at his hand and it blow up. Like, so now he can just like walk around with just one hand. And if you encounter like Turl, how do you pronounce his name? Yeah, I'd say you would probably not trust him. He will betray your trust at any moment. He would even care if it would backfire on him, as long as it doesn't affect much him. So, yeah. But could you trust any of the other cyclos? Not pretty much no. Kurt, on the other hand, is the only one that they could trust. After all, they spared his life in order that he would help them to rebuild their civilization again, which will take time. I will say maybe not a few decades. I would say maybe 100 or 200 years or so. I mean, consider how much the world is in ruins. Anyway, number 96. When Johnny managed to escape, he used something to get his ankle restraint off. And what did he use to get it off? A brick. A. A piece of metal. C. Stole a laser tool. Or D. He used acid on it.
Jesus. Hold on, I gotta roll. I'll go with A.
You go with A. Ding, 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 exactly. A brick. He literally used a brick stone. And how he ended up how using it, it was one of those shuttles, cyclones shuttles, flew right into an old chimney, which collapsed. And he managed to grab one of those bricks and smashed off his ankle restraint off and managed to escape. Yeah, so and here's the thing about that. I didn't put it as a question, but each time when they brought a new human into this old zoo, they literally use cold water on them with a water hose, but like a high pressure, and it was like ice cold water. Okay, hope you guys are ready for the next number of questions. I think it was a total of 126.
Wait, what? I
Psych,
thought we were doing less.
psych, gotcha.
Not cool, dude. How many questions do we have?
Zero. This was the last one.
Ah, damn.
I mean, like, yeah, I didn't know exactly how many questions. Originally, it was only 73 questions. But I wanted to put some more. So rather than before the stream I started, I actually worked on this to wanted to add some more questions. First, I thought maybe just doing 80, but then I had some, no, I can add some more, and eventually end up in total 96. And I do in fact have other movie quiz in mind to do, which I haven't done yet, but some of them are, let's see what I can find. There are over a dozen movies. Day of the Tomorrow, The Goonies, 2012, Doom, Wally, Space Jam. Okay, that movie can be removed almost, but you cannot do that. Which were K-Pax, a sci-fi movie, which were a little awkward, weird. Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy from 2003, the year before Malek, Game Guy was born. Let's see, Doctor Dolittle from the 90s. Tremors, Home Alone. Home Alone, I will do 1 and 2 and 3 only as a quiz because I haven't seen the other ones and likely won't do. But I can say one thing I do know for a fact that one of the older brothers from Alex, no wait, one of the brothers from the first 3 movies actually worked in a period on the last ones. I think I think it's the 6. No wait, I think it's the 5, 6, and 7. And in those movies, he actually works a police officer or as a sheriff, at least in law enforcement. And what others? Ooh, The Shining is one of them. Back to Future. All 3 of them actually going to thing to do. Hellboy. First 2 movies, the original ones they made, not the reboots, since I haven't seen the reboots yet. The Flintstones. Now that is one thing I definitely will do a quiz of. Though I hadn't even seen the first one in like what several years actually. It's a funny movie. What else? Polly. It's about a bird or a parrot that can talk. Literally talks. Space Jam is one of the that I had in mind, but the sequel, I'm not going to. As I mean, it's not like I want to. It's just that I haven't even seen the movie yet. Uh, AI, artificial intelligence. That is one movie I probably would do. I've seen the movie a few times before. Poltergeist, the one from the 80s. E.T. is definitely going to be as a quest based on. The Goonies. What else? 28 Days Later, a British zombie movie. Seen it a couple of times. It's not so good as I thought. Reign of Fire, a British dragon movie. What else? Ted, the first one. Probably the second one as well, since I haven't really seen much of it. Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone. What is it? The bad guy's name again? Wesley Sniper, I think his name was. Area 51. Well, Dad. Well, well, that is a mood that probably Game Guy might not even want to can't handle. It's it's a bit of sci-fi slash horror movie kinda. It involves just a bit of blood in it, but not like much of it. It's just um Starship Troopers. Well, that's a question. Which one?
Uh,
there, there's a few of those. Beetlejuice. That is a
wait,
definitely going to be a made a quiz
you
of.
did. So
I'm actually looking forward to a
like
sequel.
1 point.
Let's go see here. The Omen. Oh no, no, no. That one is gonna be removed from the list. Seen a movie, the original movie. I think two, three, maybe four times. I don't know. It's it's a no. Mission to Mars. Maybe. Jason X. No. Well, actually, I may gonna do make as a quiz, but I really didn't like that movie. Scooby Doo. There are two movies I had in mind. Scooby Doo Curse the Lake Monster, a live action movie. Kind of like it though. It was just a little bit better than others, but which one the other one was I had in mind was Scooby Doo in the Ghoul School when they are the teachers. That I know for sure that Malachite has seen, or at least aware of that one. Interstellar Timeline, which is an action movie. Last Mimsy, seen that last Mimsy probably like two times. Slapping the Stinkers. That is a really hilarious movie. You guys probably love it if you've seen it. But here's
Who
one
knows?
movie. Here's the one movie that definitely even Game Guy has seen. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I've seen it. It's excellent,
It's
and I love it.
yeah, it is one of my favorites. I mean, that is a perfect combination of live action and for CGI type of style, like
By the way,
cartoon
Malcolm,
CGI.
the game show already ended. I won by 1 point.
Mm. If you're gonna do Area 51 category, I wonder if our experimental Area 51 snake cryptid will do the questions. Actually, Malachite, the Area 50, the Area 51 I mentioned was actually a movie, and I actually seen it at least a few times. All I can say is it's about a group of teenagers, one being apparently being abducted by aliens, was so obsessed to either find proof of aliens being stored in that place. Um, but other ideas I had in mind. The Faculty, that's kind of sci-fi alien movie. Not seen it like twice. Thanksgiving. That one is a pretty weird movie. I mean, like a little
I mean,
turkey
together
as
we
a killer.
got how much should we get? 37. Yeah,
Monkey
37.
Trouble. Have you guys ever heard of a movie called Monkey Trouble? By any chance?
No.
Oh, dude, that's a funny movie. It is a comedy. There is no words of any blood or anything. It's just about a
Let me
girl
guess.
who finds
It's about people monkeying around. Well,
no, no, it is actually about a girl that finds an small monkey that used to work as a thief. What else? Ooh, here's one movie that you guys probably not had even seen. Pinocchio and the Emperor of the Night. which is kind of an unofficial sequel to the original movie of Disney, which is not even made by Disney. What else? Well, apparently that was the last one on the list, but it probably will be. There was one other one. What was it? Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Ah, here we go. The Fog, which is kind of a supernatural movie. I'm not so sure if guys have seen Smallville. Well, I know at least one thing that they are not much for superhero movies or anything. This is kind of the story house before Superman became as is known as, but this one when he was in high school. So basically, the same actor in this one. Um, there is one movie I won't do as a quiz of. That is The Mist. It's kind of a horror type of movie franchise, kinda. Basically, where the military had opened a portal to another dimension, which released horrible monsters. So yeah, that one would not be a take part of it. So that one's and many others I probably will find out to do as a quiz based on. But for now, that's is all of that. At least for a moment. Boy, this means I also had to figure out some other quizzes based on. Ooh, there is one quiz based on a kind of a book slash movie franchise. Lord of the Rings. But I might not do the ones based on the movies, but based on things that has happened in the books, not the movie or TV shows. So yeah, I can't say right now when those quests be made. At the moment, I really had to update some of the last ones I have in mind. Boy, and I was like, well, at least a few. And bye bye, Battlefield Earth quiz. You serve your purpose. Backrooms is one of the quiz that I really need to update. But yeah. So wait. So game guy. No wait. Roy actually wins. So I wonder if he's gonna pick for the next topic. Probably
I don't
best to
know.
see.
I
Where are
get
you?
that list.
Um. First of all, you can't pick either Japanese history, MLP, Norse mythology, and Pokemon US history or UK history. I haven't really updated those quests yet, so you know. But the ones that there is still can be in use is Elf, the short hairy alien, uh, Avatar, the last airbender thing, and you have 18 cryptis bis questions, including one the long one with 248 questions. Two gargoyles, the Disney one series one started, Disney Gummy Bears. Wait. Uh, ooh, yikes. World history question mark. I don't know. Japanese history, like I said, no. Macross anime series has hasn't even been used yet. Movies still has not been used. Murder She Wrote, The Last Avatar. No, wait, the Avatar, those when the blue aliens appeared in. The Phantom, The Comic Hero, Robotech, Scooby Doo, Scottish History, SE Foundation, Space? Question mark? Let's see. Yep, Space is updated. Star Wars updated. Star Wars canon from the one from the last movies made of based on that's hadn't even been used yet. The Postman, the based on a movie. Titan AI, also based on a movie. Stargate, Star Trek. TV shows? Question mark. Yeah, so that's the only ones that hasn't even been. All right. Kim Possible hasn't even been used yet.
I think I'll go with Airbender. Avatar Last
Hmm?
Airbender, I mean. That's the,
What?
I choose Avatar Last Airbender.
Ah, damn it, Arnold. Just make me take a look first here. Yep, yep. It can still be used, and it's not only the last Avatar. Also involved Legend of Korra. I mean, after all, they're the same universe, so same timeline officially. So
Makes sense.
yeah, there are in fact talks about making um there are in fact in development. I think was next year's film as the next Avatar: The Last Airbender movie will be released. Not live action, thank goodness. But this one is actually it's going to kind of have CGI special effects, but it will still be like as be made as the those two original series. Here's the thing though, it won't be the same voice actors, complete new ones, and they won't be the same age. They will be around in their mid to late 20s. They are actually I seen a poster so far. Katara, Aang, Sokka, Toph, Zuko is going to appear in it. But other characters like Sugi, the girl that Sokka was dating at the time there, no idea. But assuming at least that this might have something to do also with the I think at least this might be around the time of the development or the foundation of United Republic of Nations or Republic City. It's yeah, it's kind of a little bit interesting series that's gonna be like so apparently Avatar next time.
Cool.
Um if I had to ask this, in this not Avatar but in Elf, they are in fact in the series, in the show, Elf mentioned there are two worlds beyond Pluto. One is named Dave,
I ain't never
and
heard of
it's,
that.
well, that this is in the TV show Elf, and the second one is known as Alvin, and there is a smaller object also have a name, Alvin Heights. It's just though
Why?
I don't even know. This is just supposed to be a
How?
comedy, but here's the thing: Alvin and Alvin Heights are complete fictional, but Dave, on hand, is real, but not by the name Dave. His actual name is Chiron.
Yo, that's a great name.
Yep, it's a smaller planet actually, or planetoid. I don't think it's actually a dwarf planet, but it's around there. It just yeah. And have you guys ever heard of a type of food called scalponi or scalponi or something like that?
I ain't never heard of it.
Well,
Most probably does.
here's the thing. Elf actually made that type of food for the family that he was staying with, the Tanners, but it was made of June bugs.
Oh.
Yeah, and here's another thing: is a favorite dessert from his home planet Melmac is a slime ball.
Well, goodbye. What is it called? I forget what it is. I was so disgusted I forgot what it was called. Appetite. Goodbye, appetite.
Well, and they even have cockroaches on Melmac, but the thing is a little bit different. Is that if you use acid, corbic, uh, carbonate acid on it, or it will grow. No matter, I think after a while it will grow as size as um
What the heck?
of me breathing the mic. But I have to say, the full size up before Elf managed to kill the roach, it probably would have stood up as high as 6 feet.
Hmm.
And it was only, I mean, you know that how small they are otherwise, but how would you feel if you encounter a cockroach that's 6 feet long?
I'm gonna need a bigger exterminator.
You probably need a shotgun or even flamethrower. But the only,
Just burn the whole damn house down at that point.
you know what? Actually, do you know what Elf used to kill it?
What?
Perfume.
Why perfume?
I don't know, but something in it that it was something in his uh chemicals or any compounds or how they made it. I mean, back on Melmac, it was the same size as that Earth cockroach. But since they're complete different species of despite from two different worlds, they're looks like identical as are one of our own. But the difference that combardic acid on it made it grow. First, it was 3 feet long. Next, it was big as almost like a table in length. Its legs, I think, maybe as a almost like a full length of an arm, a human arm. And the only thing that killed it was a just normal woman perfume. I mean, it's like I wouldn't be surprised though. I mean, if you have cockroach and you think like, oh, I'm gonna use mom's perfume, and it has no effect on it. So it makes sense. Even despite the look identical, and as even like a cockroach can survive without its head for a week. Even though some countries in the world literally fry cockroach as snacks. I wouldn't be surprised they live in covered it in chocolate, like dipping in chocolate and eating as a snack. Ugh. No, thank you. I mean, In fact, I've seen people eating fried tarantula, literally eating the back. Yeah,
God, no.
I saw it on TV. Like the guy literally ate.
This conversation's starting to make me a little queasy.
Well, let's say yeah, the guy eat the back end of the tarantula, but yeah, I would not even avoid that. Snake on the other hand, maybe not. Lizard, probably not even that either. Ugh. But monkey, mm, as they did in Indiana Jones first movie, they literally had this giant snake on the table, cut out the stomach open, and out it poured a lot of smaller snake lizards alive, which people did eat. And as for dessert, here is the most queasing part, and also the most losing appetite type of statement. Just a heads up. Frozen monkey brain as dessert. They literally have the monkey head on a plate and just left the scalp and put a spoon right in the brain and just eating it. But that is what it looked like but in reality, it was just like yellow, like pudding or something. But in real like, but in the movie, it looked like they were eating actual monkey brain as dessert. As thanks, but no thanks. For after all, I'm not a zombie. I'm not a zombie. Though I know for a fact that the Mongolian people they are actually cooking their meals by using camel poop as fuel. Like they just dry camel poop as fuel underneath the fire. I mean, I don't see that is wrong. They will really take everything they have from the camels. Like they use the fur from the camels in order to make clothes, blankets that all they required to need. They even use the milk from the camel to drink and make cheese all that for, and even use the meat from the camel's eat and the poop as some form of food, not food source, but more as a fuel. They literally take everything what the camel can provide, and even the camel have a nickname: Desert Ship. I don't know why they didn't even call that though. It's like, yep, there's some bit of an odd name. Do you guys have any particular hobbies, by any chance?
Not really. I mean, outside the gym, obviously.
Obviously.
I think we outgrossed Kyle, by the way. He ain't looking so good.
Sorry about that, dude. But yeah, seriously though, I can understand that people eating all kinds of things. Like, I mean, I've seen people actually eat fried grasshoppers.
Can we stop talking about this? I'll leave Roy here. Nah, we're good.
Ooh,
I think.
how how about fried crab?
No, I'm not big into seafood.
Hmm. I wonder how fried seahorse would taste like.
Who even knows, man?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I could probably eat almost anything that's but sushi, that goes the line. No, thank you. Not at all. I can eat fried fish, but raw fish, not in a million years. That's just one of the things. Oh, how about this? Rice or pasta or wait, spaghetti with strawberry jam.
I don't think so.
I actually eat rice once a couple times before when I was in school with strawberry jam. Delicious, I would say. But it was the most stupid thing I did when I was in school at 7 7 bowls of yogurt. Like 7 bowls. It was the absolute stupid thing I ever did because almost right afterwards my stomach was in pain. Oh, that was the stupidest I ever done. Though most of the time when I was in school, like the last few years, sometimes I didn't even go for eat for lunch. I just simply skip it. I either just went to right up in school library to use a computer, but sometimes I just simply take yogurt as a lunch. Sometimes there was nothing I want to eat. But when I was in, I think I would say middle school, like in the fifth and sixth grade, we actually had pizza. Um, not every week, but I think maybe just once or twice in a month or so as lunch. And then we have something called, well, what's it called? Well, it kind of looks like hamburgers, but it wasn't burger patty, but it was sausage. It was pretty good. And when I was in elementary, we actually had pancakes for lunch on a Friday, and but it wasn't like just typical pancakes. It was either just normal pancakes, either was just could have been um, kind of like pork pancakes, pancake mixed with bacon pieces in it. I used to like it, well, with the bacon part, but I never had even that in such a long time. But there is one food dish I really missed it most, which is the sausage burgers. We hadn't even found, my dad and I hadn't been able to find that type of sausage anymore. It has been years. Like, it was just so good. But other than that, I mean, my school years, it was not much a big problem. It. um, be glad that you guys were like not like Elf because he was in high school for what's the I think it was 122 years. Such a long time. Oh, if I could, I probably ask your parents to like send Kyle or even Roy back to high school
No.
for another 4 years. No, wait, 10 years. Not Kyle, but Roy.
Me? Why me?
You need to learn.
Learn what? I've already learned
Math.
everything.
Okay, I will send you back to elementary. No, wait. Back to preschool.
How stupid do you think I am, honestly?
Do
Don't
you want
answer
me?
that.
Dumb as a brick.
Answer it.
Dumb as a brick.
Gee,
At least you're
thanks.
smarter. At least you're smarter than Trump.
Dude, that bar is so low.
Yeah, I
So
know, I know.
low. It's so low that it reached the center of the earth.
I mean, at least you're smarter than Trump.
That isn't saying anything.
I mean, you're
Being smarter
smarter than Trump.
being smarter than Trump is like, I don't know, being hotter than a tundra.
I mean, feel the better. They'll take it as a compliment, dude. I'd rather be smarter than dumber than Trump.
I can't take it as a compliment if I'm being compared to the dumbest guy on earth.
I mean, look this. I mean, see from this point of view. At least you're smarter than Trump. He's dumb as a
I
rock.
get what you mean, but like my point is like he's smarter than Trump, then that's not really saying much. That's the lowest bar possible. I gotta compare me to something else.
Well, at least you're smarter than um um
This
um
hesitation hurts me.
um. Oh, you're at least smarter than me.
That's not true. That's a lie.
Well, at
You're
least
smarter than Cody. Again,
probably
that's not really saying. I'm kidding.
smarter than Kubo.
Again, that's not really saying much. I'm kidding. Oh god, I don't know.
Even though Kanye is probably smarter than me.
You're. I don't know. I was gonna say you're smarter than me, but there's no way in hell I'm smarter than you.
If someone told me I am smart as Trump, I'd like. Did you really read? You probably need a pair of nuclear acids because how stupid can you be to compare me smart as Trump? Okay, first of all, he might be smart when it comes to business, but smart enough to be a president? No shit, Sherlock. He's probably the dumbest a brick as a president. I mean,
I don't think
before that, I mean,
you're
some
kidding
people
with
thought that at
business,
least
man.
some people thought maybe at least Biden would be smart enough to even be better president at the beginning. Don't take me wrong. People probably assumed that he would have been way better at the beginning as a president and compared to Trump. I mean, we didn't know. For here's the thing: there's the only two. The only one thing that's a difference between them. Trump, before he started even being a candidate as a president, he was always in business. Of course, he didn't have appear on TV a few times and in a few movies a little like that, like Home Alone 2. But at least Biden has at least a few decades of experience when it comes to politics because he was a senator for 30 years in Delaware. So at least had some more experience when it comes to as a politician compared to Trump. For in that point of view, I thought, okay, at least Biden has more sense in his brain compared to Trump. I mean, in the beginning, it seems that Biden could have been more capable of to be a president compared to Trump. But it turned out, well, it wasn't even that. I don't know if you guys knew this. Recently, Trump was actually in a trial in New York.
Wasn't he
And
being like tried earlier this year too?
yeah, but this time,
Hmm.
I don't know when this happened, but this time he lost. And I think it was something what my dad told me that he was bragging about his fortune. And he somehow was put in a trial for that. I don't even know much details, but he ended up being
Wait,
fell loose. What?
why?
I don't know. Bragging about his fortune, I don't know what the heck he even thought of. But he did lose and was forced to pay $380 million, which is compared to my country is about 3 billion. And here's the plot twist. He is told or forbidden to do any form of business in New York for the next 5 years. So that is a bonus. But
I think about it, he's already rich.
well, he's worth like $2 billion or four.
Well,
Apparently,
he's worth a lot. And here I
he's
thought he was
apparently
worth less.
he is apparently worth more than Trump than Biden. I think at least
Well,
what
that's
I can think.
because I can't believe I'm hearing I'm letting myself say this. That's because Trump did more. I
Well, I mean,
never thought in my life I'd say that, but here we are.
well that and also that most of his wealth that his net worth is was before he even was a president. And
How do
since
you
most of his
got that
business,
money? Counterfeit.
since Trump is the only since Trump is the only president that literally rejected the president salary. Apparently, they get paid as a president, but he is the only one that's, as far as I know at least, that declined to take it. But here's another thing: when he was still electing, was in a campaign to be a president, he still have access to his Trump organization's finances. But after he became a president, he had to turn all that fortune over to his son, and that meant that he has no access to any of the finances from Trump organization at all. At least what I understand, at least on that part, but it would make sense. I mean, Trump, in the beginning when he was elected as a president, at least it seems that he has reasonable, well, as many presidents before him and might even long after him. A lot of that seems to be have all these little promises that they were going to do. But yeah, I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, during his time, he did a lot of crazy shit. Literally. I mean, he did put during it, especially that one time when he put 7 countries in the Islamic nations on a like a ban list. It were only responding like a negative, very negative. It was almost like showing that America was total against Islamic religion, like they were mocking the religion. It's like it was almost like he meaning that every single American was against this type of religion or something. And not only that, especially even though people that were not even living in those countries but were living somewhere else was still a citizen in those countries could still not even leave, even enter America, despite that. Even one Swiss young woman, she was born in Iran, in the capital, but was living most of her life in Sweden. And she wanted to go to US a second time for vacation, but she was denied entrance because of that, because her passport have her home country's capital city as mentioned of her birthplace. I was like, what the heck? And the second one, he wanted to build a wall, for example. Okay, from one perspective, I can understand that why he wanted to do it, to at least try to lower down the much immigrants in the country because not overwhelming the country's business of all that, which in a sense. But I'm not saying it as to being the total racist or anything. It's just I understand it from one perspective. But forcing one country to paying something that his country was building, that's way too low. And even try to get any formal reason or financial resources to even to being able to bail to build the wall. Like take money that from the at least half of some of the military resources and even other financial like emergency fundings in order to build a wall. And that when he removed the Obamacare that was helping millions Americans. And when he was so freaking close could start like a nuclear war between US and North Korea when he put the country back on the list of that countries that support terrorism. If that had even happened, that conflict may not have even occurred. Because even though he managed to stop it from even developing further, because when that happened, North Korea not only responded so negative to that news, they were developing missiles, long distance missiles, that could easily have reached any North even United States territories like Guam, Hawaii, and even eventually the whole country itself. Not only like the coastlines, but even in the country, like the deeper center of the country. Like if those missiles could have reached your state, your town, it could have been vaporized, completely vaporized. Think about it. He was so freaking close. Who could start a war between North Korea and the US? But somehow at least I was smart enough to work it out to prevent it from happening. So at least I give him small credit preventing from even developing further, to escalate even further than that. But his idea of putting your country's freedom and security in jeopardy, no, that is worse than anything it had done. And I mean, even though that was an American rapper was in my country that was arrested, and eventually even Trump was willing to pay his bill so that he could be released. But unfortunately, no matter how much he were offered, even 1 billion or even as $100 trillion, it wouldn't even worked because my country had not the same system. Like say if Roy was in jail for doing something and that he had $100,000 on a bail and that your parents and all of the other relatives had to gather enough money to pay him out for that. But if he was in my country and have 50,000 that's been or is that being offered to pay his bill, it wouldn't have worked. If I was in the US and I was then arrested, then I would put in a state. My family could maybe be able to pay me out. But if it was in an American in my country, it wouldn't even worked because we don't have the same system. And I'm really glad for that, though. And at least one thing I'm really glad that your country, my country, doesn't your have is that lifetime behind bars, like literally behind like literal life, it's not even that long. Lifetime in jail in my country is about just barely 20 years, 18 or 20 years, give or take. And death penalty, not existent. Last time that the people was executed in my country was back in 1910. Like we, mm, well, Execution by during peacetime or war times also could happen. But both that has been removed by law. So that's a good thing. I mean, back in the Swedish history, people were either executed either by hang or even fired, or at least being lose your head by an axe, literally. Or as in medieval times, worst crime, they put you, it looks like a big wheel, and your arms and legs in the, between the spikes, and it's twisted back and forward by breaking the bones while you were still alive. Though I'm actually curious. You guys probably heard this old saying that back in the Wild West, where criminals were uh, put in hot oil with feathers on them. Is it something you guys have heard of?
No.
That was probably like if that was real enough, but yeah, that happened in a lot of cartoon series like the Looney Tunes and all that. But like dip covered in hot oil and covered in feathers afterwards and kicked out of town. That was hard times, but though execution is itself, it's yeah, it's a concept I really understand. A lot of countries these days still have or is still practice. Like your country will electric share or at least injection in liaison for the past 100 years or so, or even a few hundred years back. There were even execution of uh, patrols in prison. They're standing like against the wall and just put a bullet in you. Yeah, that's there are always discussions like there are always have been debating of to how to abolish the death penalty in the U.S. All of it, but unfortunately, it's not that simple to do it. I mean, it's like if you're a president, like, oh no, 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 we are not going to do it. But it's not that simple as far as at least I can think of that. You know, you probably need support from the Senate, governor, all that shenanigans. I don't even know. I don't even know how the system works in the U.S. less than my own country. I mean, I know much of the legal stuff. uh, but if they decide to bring back execution in my country, whoa, that would wait way too soon. At least if there were any execution, that would be in presence that no other public can see it. No, they used to have public execution in my country openly, so that public can just go there and see it all for like fun of it. Literally, there were one woman that was I think that she is the last woman has been executed. She literally killed at least a few kids in order to gain finances from it because like foster care. But she was discovered after one young woman, a young mom, was wanted to have her kid back, but it was too late. The kid was dead already. She drowned each one. So this woman, well, she was arrested and she was married. But before she could even be executed, she hanged herself in her cell, which probably spared the public for like that. That or Stockholm's bloodbath happened in the early 1500s. Oh boy, that was being weird. They are saying between 100, between sometimes 80 people executed All I can say this: the street was covered in blood. It was just running. There was like flooding blood street. It's just pouring down. It says that even today that some of the stones from that event are still red after the blood, but it's impossible. If there were blood on those stones would have been that blood would have been put something on it to prevent them from losing it. But if this that blood on those stones have remained after over 500 years, despite of the condition of the weather, like wind, rain, snow, you name it, if that had even affected blood, well, that had been supernatural one. But mm, no, there were some rumors that if you remove one of those stones, you would end up being has a really bad luck. That and I don't even know. There's another thing. This is actually a local legend or story that there is a stone where I live. Um, well, a little bit in my area though, but I haven't actually seen it myself. But a long time ago, it said the stone would spin each time the church bell was ringing. So they spin right 3 times. But after they blow off part of the stone, after building a street or at least a dirt road by it, it stopped. Another story from other place that I actually been to many times before, like an open field, like with stones. Some are the same size as a fist, others the same size of a skull in size. A story is like a different version, but one of the most common is like a farmer who was planting seeds or beans in that field during a during a mass or during Easter, but which were ungodly not to allowed. So the next day, when the farmer showed up, all the ground was completely, all the soil complete gone, replaced with stones, and which had somehow the stones had grown on that field. But it isn't. I mean, scientific, that's used as a story though, but realistically, it was just made from the last ice age. But it's a pretty amazing sight. It's a lot of stones, even though there are a lot of pine trees that growing in the area. But and there are some small ponds in that forest. If you drink the water, you can actually do that without any suffocating of doing any suffer or anything. That water is a thing that are 95 or 98% pure because it's ground level water. It has no much different taste of it, even though the bottom of those ponds are filled with old leaves and all that kind of natural stuff. But it's safe to drink. Well, I probably should say streams end here. Nearly 3.5 hours. Do you guys want to do some hangman afterwards?
All right. Maybe tomorrow.
All right.
I'm just not
Well,
tonight. Whatever.
well, everyone, this has been fun. Um, well, yeah. So this has been a long stream and 96 questions, and Roy wins. So the next time is the Avatar, the Last Airbender, Korra as the topic, which will be probably next week, but that depends on how many hours I left all the stream when this ends. So yeah. So huh. So yeah, this is Fish Double signing off. Bye.
Bye. And goodbye.